Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on our YouTube account and we are going to be looking at the Temporal Rift teams. Now I did intentionally kind of wait to put this out, guys, because you had a couple days to get a lot more essence out of here. Like you can see, guys, hitting level 12 at this point, or I think it's level 12 at this point. So I'm going to go through the teams we're going to be utilizing within the Grand Hunt. I'm going to show you a couple variations in there, also show you the beacon setups that we have within these teams. So let's go ahead and we'll get into it. All right, guys, so here is the first team. I'm looking at the build. We have Mishka and we have Asar in here. We have Halos right here in the back, Damon, and we do have Oden with our Grassy Orb in here. This is going to be the first combination that we're looking at, and also looking at the badges, guys. We have the hatchet here, which is placed on Mishka. We have the piercing ammo, which is on Asar. We do have the shielding aspect of recharge crystal that is on Halos. We have the shield breaker, which is on Damon. And then we do have the chasing dagger that is on Oden. So again, this is going to be the first primary team that you're looking at in here with this current build. Then looking at our second team, we have Grez, we have Scarlet, we have Mortis, we have Rowan, and the twins, guys, with the, I believe it's the Dreary Ball. To set this up, looking at the badges for this formation, we have, again, we have that chasing dagger, we have the ammo, the piercing ammo right there on Scarlet, we have the shielding effect that is on Mortis. This one runs the revitalizing herbs, which is going on Rowan, and then the final one, guys, is the spurring cloak, which is on the twins, and again using that Dreary Ball. So looking at this formation, this is going to be the first one we're going over. Again, we're going to go over a couple different formations in here. So the setup for this one, the beacon setup for this is actually pretty easy because it's pretty basic at this point. You're going to put 1 point into the Fearsome Alliance, and then you're going to go ahead and build out the rest of these, which is a regular build, which goes with support, it goes with might, and then it goes with tanks fortitude. So those are the three that you're going to do: support, might, and the tank's fortitude. You want to bring those up as high as you can. But focusing on the might piece, the mage's might, you want a little bit higher. Support can be a little bit lower, tank can be a little bit lower. The mage's might is the highest one that you want to, depending again exactly how much you have in here. You can go ahead and build these up, but again, support, might, tank, and then 1 point into that Fearsome Alliance, because this does have the Maulers in here, or the Light Bearers in here. Light Bearers, of course, we have a couple which are going to allow us to do more damage with the ultimate ability within there. So Fearsome Alliance definitely going with. That is the first setup that we're looking at, guys. So looking at our second formation within here, this utilizes the Awakened version of Solus, which unfortunately I do not have right now, but this first one would actually be the Awakened version of Solus. We would have Asar in here, Halos, Oden, and Mishka. So a very similar formation than what we've seen before. Looking at the badges, guys, the Awakened version of Solus would actually be running a different badge. She would be using the Railing Horn if I did have her in here. But looking at the rest of this formation, guys, we have Asar in here with the Revitalizing Herbs. We have Hatchet in here for Halos. We have the Shield Breaker that is on Oden. And then the Hatchet again is being run on Mishka. And again, this first slot would be the Awakened version of Solus. And then we also do have Tufty Ears up here. Second formation, again, the exact same comp, except it does run different badges. So we do have the Chasing Dagger on both Grez and Scarlet. We have the Rallying Horn, which is on Mortis, the Herbs, which is on Rowan. And then, of course, guys, the Spurring Cloak, which is on the twins. This runs the Dreary Ball. Now, with this formation, guys, you're going to use the exact same beacon setup that we just seen. So it is going to be a combination of getting that one single point within the beacon, which is in the Fearsome Alliance, allowing the Light Bearers to do more damage, which, of course, we have Scarlet in there. It is going to be support, mage, and then the tank's fortitude within this one as well. In the final formation we're looking at, guys, very similar. So we have Mishka, we have Asar, we have Oden. This runs Hodgkin and Jones, so we do have double buffers in here with the Dreary Ball. Looking at our badges, guys, we have this Chasing Dagger on Mishka. We have it on Asar. We also do have it on Oden. We have the Hatchet that is going on Hodgkin, and then the Rejuvenating Herbs, which is on Joan. This formation, again, we're going to look at the beacons in just a minute. A little bit different of a formation. This one runs, again, this same combination. So we do have Grez, we have Scarlet, we have Mortis, we have the twins. Now this one is the awakened version of Solus. Again, if you have her built, even if you have her just unlocked, it can still work incredibly well. If you do not, guys, you can sub Rowan in here. So depending on exactly who you got. So looking in here, guys, we do have the Chasing Dagger on Grez again. We have the Hatchet that is on Scarlet. We have the Spurring Cloak that goes on Mortis. For Rowan, or in the case of having that awakened version of Solus, you are still going to do those revitalizing herbs. And then we do have the ammo, which is dropped onto the twins at this point. Now with this formation, because of the changes with the first team in here, a little bit of a different setup when it comes to the beacon. So over on the beacon side, we actually have a build very similar. So going support, going mage, going tank, that is going to remain the exact same. But in this one, you're actually going to be, oh, let me swap over. So support, mage, tank, same as we've seen before. But in this one, guys, it is going to be this Silent Alliance piece because you have the Wilders and you have the Greyborn. So this is one that you do want to build up a little bit. That way you can have the unforeseen power is kind of the one that we're looking for. Yep, I was just making sure that is the Silent Alliance that you're going to be building up in that one, allowing them to get a little bit stronger in there. So guys, 3 formations if you do not have some of the heroes. So this is a question I get a lot of the times. When you look at some of the support roles that we have in here, you're going to be looking at building or placing a couple heroes in here. You know, Mishka should be a pretty big priority when it comes to build. Same with the Star. They are 2 heroes that do work in a lot of different places. If you do not have Halos, which some people do not, a lot of people will put Silas in his spot, guys, for that similar support role and putting the damage out there. Looking at the leaderboard and seeing where some of the players are right now, you can see, guys, this one actually runs Lorzen, so a little bit of a different setup, Saurus and Lorzen. And this one runs exactly what we did. Solus, again, the awakened version of Solus, you can swap out for Rowan, which is what I'm essentially doing. But this one, a little bit different, really focusing on Oden and Little Peanut or a Star doing the maximum damage in here. But overall, there's a few variations in here. And like I said, the one that I'm going to try is running with Mishka and then running with a Star. I wish I had a Star engraved up a little bit. I think it would make a big difference. But we do have Helos, and again, pretty good build there. Oden is going to be the primary damage dealer within this one. And then they do run Damon in here, which I'm thinking is going to be a pretty interesting formation. Again, this goes back to the very first one that we built. So I'm going to go with the Grassy Orb within this one. Setting it up, I'm going to run it a couple times, see exactly where we can get with this one. So running the Hatchet, we're going to be running the Piercing Ammo in this one. We're also going to be running that Rejuvenating Crystal, and I'm hoping I can score pretty decently in here is what I'm hoping. This one runs Damon with the Shield Breaker, and then the Chasing Dagger is what the last one that we're looking at. So there is our first team, guys. We're going to put Damon up in the middle. So there we go. They are set. Then our second team, we're going to do the same. It's going to be Grez and it's going to be Scarlet. Now these are 2 heroes you should absolutely have built. Mortis, even if you do have them a little bit lower, it will work very, very effective. If you have the Awakened Solus in here, this would be ideal. I do not, so Rowan is the sub that we're putting in there. And then we're going to put the twins in there as well. Again, looking at this, it is going to be the Chasing Dagger. It's going to be the ammo. Looking at Mortis is going to be the Rejuvenating Crystal. Rowan is going to be our herbs, the Revitalizing Herbs. And then the final one is going to be the Spurring Cloak. There we go. So we got all of our badges set. And then this one, we're going to use the Drefty Ball. Just because these are not high enough, guys. If I had these really high, level, 18, level 20, level 25, 30, where we see some of the heavy pay to win heroes, players, this would be kind of an ideal. So we'll run this a couple times, guys, see exactly where we can score with it. All right, guys, so we got everything set. We got the pet set. We got all of our badges set in here. We also did build out our temporal beacon, as we were just talking about a little bit with those utilizing the support, using the mage and then the tank, and also the 1 point in, I believe, the Fearsome Alliance, if I remember correctly. But again, we have all of our badges set here. I'm going to see exactly how we can do in these team comps and see exactly where we end up for overall score. We can make some adjustments, but one thing, guys, is if you know a better team comp, if you see some changes we can make, if we can make this do a lot more damage, absolutely, guys, let me know. As you can see, guys, we put everyone together in this formation with Oden. Oden will keep them together. Mishka will keep them together. Damon will keep them together. And then Astar literally just rains fire on this entire team, which I'm hoping that I can probably build Astar up a little bit more. I think it would help. But overall, guys, this is the team. Oden went down early. And of course, this does have an RNG factor in there. Just like with any fight or any battle that we're doing, there's a big RNG factor when it comes to Scarlet. Again, another very, very big RNG factor on where her bolts actually land. So Mortis buffs up everyone right there. We have Rowan, of course, creating the super cycle. Mortis went down early, but Mortis normally will go down pretty early. Just because even having him build, guys, once he buffs up Grez, once he buffs up Scarlet, that's usually the big thing. But you can see, guys, look how fast she puts out damage. Scarlet is just a monster, which is the reason why we do absolutely love utilizing her. You can see, guys, one single bolt right there to the twins. One stray bolt can take down whatever target we have in here. Rowan is literally just feeding all kinds of energy to Scarlet. Probably keep this team up a lot more if Rowan was actually replaced with the Awakened version of Solus. But overall, guys, 22 billion damage in there. Just looking at our teams, again, we need a lot more damage within these heroes, but we don't have them built out very high. Again, you can see we don't have everything maxed out as a whale would, but overall, guys, pretty good damage rate here, 16 billion. Grez doing a little bit more. If Mortis would have stayed up a little bit more, would have made a big difference. But looking at my new record, guys, pretty good. So we're in the top 1,000, which is kind of where we want to be. I'm looking at our Grand Hunt rewards. I got to deal 30 billion. I think that's 30 billion, so a little bit short on the 30 billion. But again, guys, I wanted to put kind of a general guide out of there. We will have quite a few revisions to this once players get through here. Remember, this is brand new, guys. We still have 10 days in here with the Continuum Stalker, which means that over the next 10 days, guys, we are going to get a lot more beacon levels and we'll be able to get a lot more essence to continue to build this up much, much higher. That way we can compete and be even higher within the Grand Hunt and also figuring out some teams. All right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.